We are with the Raybestos GTO, and I got to tell you, your new steering rack, modular steering rack, was just a salvation in building this car. The ability to have the valving either coming in the front or in the back, rear steer, front steer, where the hoses go in the track tube, to be able to order it, and then pitch the input shaft, pretty much any attitude you want to meet up with the column. Just phenomenal. And I got to tell you, Tommy Baldwin could not say enough about how awesome this car steered, how fast it was, and really we had to take the hood off and show him that it was a rack and not a NASCAR steering box set up in the car. So
well, that's great to hear. The unique thing about the rack is that that's the goal that we were after. Basing the street rod industry into the muscle car industry, the off-road racing, the rack was meant to serve any purpose. Being built at Flaming River in the USA, manufactured, tooled, engineered, assembled, tested. We know it's a proven product, and having the flexibility of the body with the no mounts that allows the pillow block mounting access to let you get that right angle to the column and the joints. We're happy to hear that it worked out. I mean, that was the goal that we had in mind, and having it out on this kind of platform to get tested and get feedback is great.
Remind me again about the difference between the size of the actual rack gear in this rack compared to a normal, rebuilt rack that you would get from any number of Mustang 2 companies.
The unique thing about it is that it's engineered just with better tolerances, better materials, a larger rack gear that just can withstand a lot more attitude, for this kind of car.
That's probably pretty important on having a car like this that's got 275 millimeter front tires on it.
Sure.
Assuming that beefy of a tire, you've got to have that bigger rack gear.
Yeah, and like you say, a lot of people don't realize that a rack can have that type of performance. They think that has to be a steering box application. And a car like this with tubular control arms and custom suspension, a universal rack is the way to go.
And I think you were telling me at Hot Rod and Restoration that you can also, if you call, you can custom order this rack even for widths.
Sure.
I remember that right?
In the beginning, our platform was your standard Mustang Omni front or rear, steer application. But now we're getting into longer widths for pickup trucks, shorter applications for any type of compact car. And as the rack grows in the industry, I mean that will be something that we'll just keep improving on as time goes on.
Yeah, it's just awesome. I wanted to point out too that they will give you a kit with the rack, and you can get one of two different pumps. You can get a stock pump, or you can get the Corvette pump with bearings on the shaft of the pump. And something we discovered on this car that's very important is that you are able to talk with the guys at Flaming River about the RPM of the motor. We found that we needed to have the Corvette box, pump rather, with a larger diameter pulley to slow the pump down at low RPMs, because this motor redlines at 7,000 RPM, and the stock iron pump didn't like that too much. And you guys were really super accommodating with that.
And that feedback is important to us because we obviously don't get the opportunity to test every application that's out there. We're building 40 Fords and El Caminos and Chevelles and Camaros at home to test all these products in, and we don't have the opportunity to go out and put them to the test of a car of this nature. And if we hear that kind of feedback, our tech guys, that's the memory that they have of conversations like that with builders like yourself, to recommend that to the next guy, because we trust your opinion on that, obviously.
I got to tell you, one of the things that I like about this rack is even as a professional builder, when you're doing a final assembly and you're tired, you're working late at night, whatever, it's so nice when you put the rack in and you're going to put the hoses on, it says in and out stamped into the valve body.
Yeah, pressure and return is stamped right in the valve body. And some of the builders in the past have said, well, people actually hook them up wrong, and it happens. And like you say, it's a late night situation, it's a rush situation. And we do that for the convenience factor of, the at-home builder up to the professional builder.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The at-home guy, that's a very helpful, but I think it's a good point on the rack. I know when we were putting this together, I know I crawled under there with a flashlight just to make sure I had them on the right ports.
Just a little bit of detail, I guess you could call it.
I'm sure you got input from people, and that's why that came
about. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Super happy with it.
Great.
I can't say enough about it.
We appreciate being involved in the opportunity, and hopefully in the future we have opportunity as well.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.